Hey guys, so I am back. I am excited because I get to say I am now double digit in my subscriber forum thing. I have 10 subscribers. I'm excited. I am so excited. And I thank you guys, my 10 subscribers. Whoever you may be out there, I thank you so much. I try to post every day. Now, I didn't post yesterday because yesterday was hard. Yesterday was a very bad day for me. So I pampered myself by doing my nails, and I ended up just kind of lounging in the tub, just taking just a bubbly bath and just kind of relaxing and that. Now, I, yesterday wasn't a good day for me. After my vlog, I cried immensely, and it was very hard on me and very emotionally straining. I keep telling you that I'm going through this stuff and I don't tell you what it is. Now, here's the real truth about it. You know, um, Emotionally, I'm broken. I have been for a long time. And my parents put it up to, oh, she's just being dramatic. No, emotionally, I've been broken for pretty much my entire life. Broken a long time ago when I found out my dad created a new family. And I love my brother and sister without doubt, without fault, you know, unconditionally. I do. But at the same time, I'm also jealous of them because they have something I don't. They have parents that, that stay together, that love each other, and that actually want to be married. Um, Whereas mine didn't. And unfortunately, you know, um, I feel like I was the cause of that in a lot of ways, financially, especially. Um, so it's been a rough week for me. Last week was so rough, and I mean so rough because this came to a head, and you know, eh, I'm just trying to live my life and be happy. And when all of this is looming over my head, saying, "Oh, you can't move forward until you solve this. Oh, you can't move forward until you do this." I'm just trying to live my life. I'm just trying to be open and honest and trying to be myself and not worry about these things, but these are things I worry about because I feel like, am I going to turn out the same way? Is my relationships with people going to turn out the same way as my parents did? Where my children don't see their dads, and their mom turns to drinking and turns to friends and puts herself into work and doesn't really make time for the child. That's what I worry about. And it's difficult to talk about, and it's not exactly widely accepted to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because it's part of my life. Uh, I feel like when my parents divorced, it was the hardest on me because I had to be split into two. I had to be split between my mom and my dad. I had to choose who I thought was the better parent. I had to choose where I wanted to go on holidays. I had to choose, um, I had to choose what birthdays I wanted to spend with who. And it just got to be a lot for a kid. And I feel that my parents put it on me to make that decision, make all those decisions. And that's not fair. And I feel like it's not fair because I'm one person. I'm not supposed to be split in a million different places. And then my stepmom comes into the picture, and at first, the way I felt about her was not a good way. It was not good at all. I actually resented her a lot, and for some reasons that I'm not gonna foresay on YouTube, I still do. Um, I feel that my stepmom at first tried to take the place of my mother, and that is not something that any kid should have to go through ever. And then the boyfriends that my mom had, she didn't have many, considering that when she was with someone, she tried to stay that with them, she'd make it work as long as possible, as long as they were honest and didn't try to hurt her or and stuff like that. And I felt like they were trying to take the place of my dad, and it wasn't fair. And it's nice knowing that I felt this way, but my parents, they never asked me. They never said, "Hey, what do you feel about this?" And I know I was like 5 when my stepmom came into the photo, but I was 20 years old when my now stepdad came into the photo. I was 20, and still she didn't ask me, because at that point, she didn't care anymore. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna live my life. If you don't like it, boo-hoo." I said, "That's fine. You live your life, I'll live mine. Just know that that may cause a rift in our relationship." Um, you know, I I try to explain it in a way that they'd understand, but then I end up having the conversation, you know, and they tend to turn it on me, where conversation becomes, "Oh, this was your fault. Oh, this was your fault. Oh, that was your fault." And I don't think my friends understood that either. They didn't understand where I was coming from. A few of my friends now do understand, but for my friends that come from married families, you know, they don't understand what it's like to go through a divorce as a kid in this situation. They don't understand what it's like to be that kid that has step parents that, goes through going from one house to the other, has having to split holidays and birthdays, not being able to see the other parent for days at a time. And it hurts and it breaks you down a little bit. And as you get older, you start wondering why. And you start wondering, am I going to end up like that? And my thoughts are, the people who, I'm not saying just my friends or family, but anyone who comes from a married family has the biggest privilege on the planet. Doesn't include money or wealth or anything like that. You have a family that loves each other and wants to stay together. That's all you can ask. That's all a kid in a divorced family could ask for. Is a family who wants to stay together no matter what. Now I know that my parents had issues, arguing a lot and stuff, but I don't know the full, 'cause I was a kid, obviously. I don't know the full reason, but from my own opinion. May not be the right one, but from what I've seen, you know, I've just observed them over my lifetime, and it's really it's hurtful, really, because people assume things like, "Oh, she wants to live with her dad because of this," or, "Oh, she wants to be with her mom because of this," and some people don't understand that divorce if you don't love someone, why stay with them? They don't understand that, some people. And some people, their religion doesn't believe in divorce. So it's, difficult for people to understand for some people who have the religion that, doesn't believe in divorce to understand divorce. And I just believe that whatever happened, happened, and I am who I am because of it. And honestly, I wouldn't change me for a world because there's no one else like me. There's only one me, and there will only ever be one me, thank God. But, um, uh, it's one of the things I think about when I'm going through a bad time. Will I ever become like my parents? Will I have relationships that end in divorce or end in breakup? And looking back on my past, a lot of the answers are yes. And it's frustrating because a lot of the time my friends are like, "Oh, why don't your parents do this and why don't your parents do that?" And I'm like, "Well, my dad and stepmom are doing this weekend, and my mom and stepdad are doing that this weekend." So, you know, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, they can't. In my brain, I want to explain to them, "Look, my parents are divorced," but I know that they won't get it. They won't get how sad it makes me to see that my parents can get along as friends, but they couldn't get along as a couple, and how mad it makes me that they couldn't work things out, you know? But then I think about it as without my parents splitting, I wouldn't have my sister and my brother. So, in a way, I'm thankful because the divorce, it brought me my brother and my sister, brought me to be who I am, and, nothing more I could ask for, you know? I also think about how my kids are gonna turn out, you know? Are they gonna turn out like I did? Troubled, broken, issues in the brain like I've got. So, thank you for tuning in, if you did, and if you didn't, please subscribe before you leave. This is a very hard video to make. I almost didn't make it because talking about my parents' divorce and everything and how it made me feel, I've never had I've never had people agree saying, "Yeah, that's right," or saying that's valid to feel that way. Thank you for listening. See you on the next video. Have a good day.